You're listening to the Kirkintilloch Herald, a Q&A review recording service podcast, brought to you by our team of volunteers currently recording from their homes across Scotland. Whether you're listening via the BWBF online players, the telephone app, or our brand new Alexa skill, please phone us on 0141 772 3976 to feedback on what you want us to provide and improve upon. Please also join your family and friends in being our audio ambassadors and share our Facebook, Twitter and Instagram all at Q&A Review. That's at symbol CUEANDREVIEW.
The Kirkintilloch and Bishopbriggs Herald, date Wednesday, the 31st of August 2022. Strikes to hit waste service. Read to you today by Ian McKenna. Waste and recycling services in East Dunbartonshire are set to be disrupted unless a pay deal can be reached between unions and local authority body COSLA. Unite the Union confirmed a range of dates for further action at the end of last week, which will hit 20 councils across the country. This includes East Dunbartonshire, which will be involved in the second phase of strikes and waste services, including bin collections, for 8 days from September the 6th to 13th. Neighbouring North Lanarkshire Council will also be affected by Unite's strike action. Waste services in North Lanarkshire have already been hit for 4 days from August the 26th to 29th, and a further strike is planned for September the 7th to 10th. In another development, Unite's members in schools and early years services across 7 councils, including North Lanarkshire, are scheduled to take 3 days from September the 6th to 8th. Unite General Secretary Sharon Graham said, Unite's members across local government are taking strike action because the politicians have failed them miserably. For 5 months, COSLA and the Scottish Government have dithered and bickered with each other, while our members have increasingly faced a cost of living crisis. We will fully support them in their fight for better jobs, pay and conditions. Unite said that for more than half of local government workers, COSLA's latest offer represents an offer of between £900 to £1,250. In comparison with the UK government, it's offering council workers in England, Wales and Northern Ireland a £1,925 flat rate pay offer. This week in history. August the 31st, 1908, at the age of 60, and after a career spanning 43 years, W.G. Grace retired from first-class cricket. He scored 54,896 runs, took 2,879 wickets, and held 871 catches. On this day last year, first-class airline-style pods in A&E departments, gardens between wards, and starship-shaped hubs were among the innovative proposals which could help inform the design of new hospitals. September the 1st, 1971, the British penny and the threepenny piece, coins, ceased to be legal tender. September the 2nd, 1945, the former Japanese surrender to the Allies was signed on board the American battleship USS Missouri. On this day last year, the Royal National Lifeboat Institution, RNLI, named a new lifeboat in honour of the Duke of Edinburgh. September the 3rd, 1962, the Trans-Canada Highway, 4,800 miles from St John's, Newfoundland to Victoria, British Columbia, was opened. On this day last year, 4 million doses of the Pfizer jab were sent from the UK to Australia as part of a COVID-19 vaccine deal. September the 4th, 1939, the British liner Athenia was sunk by a German U-boat after the first sinking of its kind off the coast of Ireland. September the 5th, 1963, Christine Keeler, one of the girls at the centre of the Profumo scandal, was arrested and charged with perjury.
Golden Art Exhibition. A popular part of East Dunbartonshire's cultural calendar is celebrating a golden milestone this year. The 50th annual art exhibition is at the Old Kirk Museum in Kirkintilloch from September 3rd to October 26th. It will be judged once again by acclaimed artist and founder Dick Stevenson, and his daughter Jackie Stevenson, a renowned artist in her own right. The exhibition was created by Mr. Stevenson in 1970 to showcase local amateur and professional athletes, artists, and was initially held in his small townhead gallery. That inspired then Provost Bill Leslie to suggest an exhibition competition in Kirkintilloch Town Hall in 1971. It has grown from there to a popular annual celebration at the Old Kirk Museum. This year's show, which is supported by the Old Kirk and East Dunbartonshire Leisure and Culture EDLC Trust, will feature the work of approximately 80 to 100 artists from all over East Dunbartonshire. The official opening and prize giving ceremony takes place on Saturday, September 3rd from 2:30 p.m. Honours will include the Anne Stevenson Memorial Prize for the Best Watercolour, named after Mr. Stevenson's late first wife and Jackie's mother. The winner will receive a silver and a beautiful Anne Morrison ceramic pot purchased by the family. As well as a wide array of art, the exhibition will also include a small display of past memorabilia. Mr. Stevenson said, "The 50th event could not be held as planned due to the pandemic, but we were determined to mark the milestone as soon as it was possible to do so safely. I am delighted we've been able to organise the exhibition again in the Old Kirk Museum, once more showcasing the excellent work of fellow artists from all over East Dunbartonshire." Jim Neal, Chair of EDLC Trust, added, "Congratulations to everyone who has contributed to the latest collection. As well as being an inspirational celebration, it is also a great opportunity to purchase an original piece of art. I hope as many people as possible will drop in. There are 3 prizes: the Anne Stevenson Memorial Prize, the Jack Lucas Memorial Craig, and the Civic Purchase Prize." Read by Alan Todd.
Disabled parking as recorded by Hunter MacDonald. East Dunbartonshire Council has revised its provision of disabled parking spaces. The updated policy will see formerly advisory disabled parking become legally enforceable, while some spaces identified as surplus to requirements by the Council's Social Work Department will be removed. At a recent meeting, the Place, Neighbourhood and Corporate Assets Committee agreed unanimously to approve the proposal to introduce and make all existing disabled persons parking spaces within East Dunbartonshire enforceable, and also to remove a number of existing disabled persons parking places. A consultation exercise carried out by the Council's Roads Department returned no objections to the proposals. This update ensures compliance with the Disabled Persons Parking Places Act. Postal workers take strike action. Postal workers across Scotland are taking part in strikes as part of their fight for a pay rise they feel reflects their work during the pandemic. Members of the Communication Workers Union, which represents Royal Mail Group workers, started a series of national strike action on Friday. This will be followed by further strike action Wednesday, August the 31st, and then Thursday, September the 8th and Friday, September the 9th. A picket line will be in place at Kirkintilloch Distribution Office. The union is demanding that Royal Mail Group makes an adequate pay award that covers the current cost of living increases for its members. Management imposed a 2% pay rise on employees who were classified as key workers during the COVID-19 pandemic through executive action earlier this summer. CWU General Secretary Dave Ward said there's no doubt postal workers are completely united in their determination to secure the dignified, proper pay rise they deserve. Postal workers won't meekly accept their living standards being hammered by greedy business leaders who are completely out of touch with modern Britain. CWU Deputy General Secretary Terry Pullinger added, "Our members deserve a pay rise that rewards their fantastic achievements in keeping the country connected during the pandemic and helps them to keep up during this current economic crisis. We won't be backing down until we get just that."
Diamond Day for Margaret and Ian. Milton of Campsie Kirkle, Margaret and Ian Brown enjoyed their diamond wedding anniversary this summer. and the icing on the cake came when Provost Renwick and Council Leader Gordon Lowe joined them for celebration tea. The happy couple were married in St John's Church in Broxburn in July 1962 and have been East Dunbartonshire residents for 50 years. Both worked as public servants, Ian as a chartered accountant at NHS Greater Glasgow and Margaret as a teacher, working with children with additional support needs and visual impairment. Margaret was waltzed off her feet by Ian at a dance in Edinburgh in 1958, with their first dance as a married couple having to wait until after Ian's national service. They have fond memories of the reception in the Roxburgh Hotel and their Austrian honeymoon. The couple share many interests including gardening, nature, family history, music, holidays, and their lively church and its many organisations. Ian enjoys walks with the Strathkelvin branch of the Ramblers, and Margaret likes photography, writing and computing. Blessed with 4 children and 6 grandchildren, they are looking forward to welcoming their first great-granddaughter in December. Provost Renwick said, "My heartiest congratulations to Margaret and Ian. It was a privilege to be able to share in their celebrations and hear about their lives together and their many shared interests. The secret to their happy marriage? They say it's all about sharing wonderful times with family and friends, their faith, good health, patience, mutual support, and stickability."
Supporting sensory loss. Inspirational. That was the verdict of Strathkelvin and Bearsday MSP Rona Mackay after a visit recently to Deafblind Scotland's Learning and Development Centre at Lenzie. The charity, which campaigns for the rights of the deafblind community, is presently looking for trainee guide communicators to help people with dual sensory impairments to navigate everyday activities. The paid roles of trainee guides involve working one-to-one with people to support them with everyday activities that most people take for granted, such as shopping or social events. During her visit, Ms Mackay met with Deafblind Scotland Chief Executive Isabella Goldie, her staff, volunteers and members, and praised the inspirational team there. The local SNP MSP also met with the Centre's Right to Dream group, a proactive forum supported by the Scottish Government Equality and Human Rights Fund, EHRF. The aims of the group are to build a leadership group of deafblind ambassadors who will create a deafblind policy forum that can interact effectively with policymakers, raise awareness and confidence of people with sensory impairments in accessing their legal rights, such as human rights law, British Sign Language and Mental Health or Incapacity Acts, and developments such as National Social Care Service and Social Security Scotland through R2D and e-training, briefings and local peer-led workshops. Provide sensory literate rights-based training and support to public services. Ms Mackay said, "I am very grateful for the insights shared as to how the Scottish Parliament can continue to improve support for people who are sensory impaired to help them thrive in their everyday lives. I received such a warm welcome from Chief Executive Isabella Goldie and her team. The work being carried out by the staff, volunteers and members to support the deafblind community in my constituency and beyond is truly inspirational." Ms Goldie was appointed to her role as Chief Executive in 2019. A spokesperson for Deafblind Scotland tweeted, "We had the pleasure of having local MSP Rona Mackay visit Deafblind Scotland. She gave us all some encouraging words, and we had a chance to highlight the needs of deafblind people." On the Deafblind Scotland website, Ms Goldie said that they want to aim high in what we ask of society. She added, "People with sensory loss and those living with dual sensory loss deserve environments that are not only possible to reach and access, but which so often in the definition of an accessible environment, but places and spaces that they can equally use and that enrich their lives. No previous knowledge of British Sign Language or similar is required to apply for the paid roles of trainee guide communicators with fixed or sessional hours that involve working one-to-one with people to support them navigating everyday activities like shopping or social events. More information is available at www.dbscotland.org.uk.
Vacant offices are being converted for housing. A new housing project is underway in Kirkintilloch to transform an empty office building into 8 high-quality, affordable homes for rent. The work is being carried out at 68 to 78 Townhead for Caledonia Housing Association, which owns and manages over 4,600 social rented homes in 8 local authority areas. This is the first restoration development of this type by Caledonia in East Dunbartonshire. The new properties at Cowgate provide additional affordable homes for the area. Caledonia will own the properties and will offer them to rent to people with housing need. The developer for the project is Sim Building Group Limited. Each property in the 2-storied building has 2 bedrooms, and residents will have access to 15 off-street parking spaces. Completion of the project is expected by February 2023. The Scottish Government is providing grant funding, and East Dunbartonshire Council has approved the development, in part due to it meeting a key housing objective of repurposing town centre buildings into domestic dwellings. Andrew Kilpatrick, Director of Assets at Caledonia Housing Association, said, "The demand for social housing continues to increase all over Scotland for a variety of reasons, including homelessness, separations, and people who choose to downsize. Our Kirkintilloch development is an integral part of our ongoing commitment to build more affordable homes in East Dunbartonshire and across Scotland. We have a really strong working relationship with the Government, Council and Sim Building Group Limited, who have all supported us in purchasing and transforming the vacant office block. This is the first time in more than 8 years that Caledonia has been involved in a repurposing project of this kind, and the first in the East Dunbartonshire area." Martin Sim, Managing Director at Sim Building Group Limited, commented, "As a company based in Kirkintilloch, we are proud to support Caledonia in delivering more affordable housing for the town. This is an exciting project for us to work on, and we are looking forward to handing over the finished units."
Vote on new school name. Pupils and their families of Campsie View and Merkin schools are asking to choose a name for East Dunbartonshire's new state-of-the-art Additional Support Needs ASN school. The £34.9 million school, which is due to open in 2023, aims to give 200 children and young people across the area a richly enhanced educational experience. Accommodating children from ages 2 to 18 who currently attend Campsie View and Merkin schools, the building is designed to be both practical and stimulating for pupils who have a broad range of additional support needs. With construction progressing well, thoughts have now turned to what the school should be called. Pupils, families and staff of both schools, along with councillors and Waterside Community Council, can vote for their favourite from a shortlist chosen by the Interim Parent Council. The 4 potential names are: Antonine School, chosen as a name that represented the whole of the authority due to the Antonine Wall running from Bearsden all the way through to East Dunbartonshire to Twecker. The link of the wall and the influence of Romans across East Dunbartonshire through naming of roads and streets, as well as access to Roman relics, meant this name could mean something to all the children and young people. The forts on the wall range from the most westerly point of EDC at Castle Hill through to the Bar Hill near Twecker, meaning all learners and learner families are able to identify with this name. Collier's Bray School, chosen as a name that represented the mining history of the local area, as well as across the wider authority. Again, mining existed from Baljaffray and Bonington in the west of East Dunbartonshire to Twecker in the east. The location of the school itself is in close proximity to a former mining village. Woodland View School, chosen as a name that represents the wide range of diverse woodland in the local authority. Other names, which were tree related, were also considered, but it was felt this represented the whole authority, and also the view of a number of woodland areas that can be seen from the site. Kelvin Valley School, chosen as a name that includes the Kelvin, one of the tributaries of the River Clyde, which provides a border between East Dunbartonshire and North Lanarkshire, then East Dunbartonshire and Glasgow. The river flows from Kirkintilloch through to Mulgai and Bearsden. The Luggy Water, which runs alongside the new school, feeds into the Kelvin. Again, it is a name that is familiar to children, young people and their families. Councillor Linda Williamson, convener of the Education Committee, said, This is an important milestone and one that everyone connected to the school will be keen to get involved in. We have 4 fantastic names to choose from thanks to the Interim Parent Council, and I'm excited to see which one comes out on top. All relevant stakeholders should have received an email with a link to the vote. The new school will have plenty of open spaces, a sensory trail and extra wide lifts for wheelchair users. Cost of living crisis. Fears over hiking energy bills. Hundreds of thousands of households across the country will be plunged into fuel poverty this winter following the latest crippling rise in the energy price cap. And many industry organisations are warning the soaring energy prices will be devastating, with businesses forced to close. Ofgem has confirmed the energy price cap will rise by 80% from October, taking the average household gas and electricity bill from £1,971 to £3,549 a year. A further hike is expected in January. The UK government has said that there is already a £37 billion package of help for households, and that there will be further plans to deliver support once a new Prime Minister is in place. But poverty campaigners, charities and businesses leaders say immediate action is needed, and that, so far, too little has been done to tackle the growing crisis. John Dickey, Director of the Child Poverty Action Group, CPAG, in Scotland, said, "The latest energy cap announcement will terrify many low-income families. Families with children spend 30% more on energy bills than other households, yet the UK government response so far failed to recognise these extra costs. Every level of government needs to pull out all the stops to prevent children suffering the consequence of the energy price crisis." Age Scotland described the price cap hike as eye-watering and a shock to the system for almost every older person. The charity warned the rise in energy prices will have catastrophic consequences for those households on low, modest and fixed incomes. Brian Sloan, Chief Executive at Age Scotland, said, "The tragic reality is that older people will die this winter if they can't heat their home and can't afford to eat enough. There is no time to lose. Without swift and significant intervention from governments, more and more older households will be plunged into poverty, poorer health and financial insecurity." Disability equality charity Scope also hit out, with policy manager Tom Marland saying, "Life already costs more for disabled people. Now the cost of charging a wheelchair or using a breathing machine will have almost trebled in a year. We've been inundated with calls from disabled people who don't know which way to turn and feel like they are being punished for using more energy. The government must intervene now." Advice Direct Scotland, ADS, urged anyone facing financial hardship due to energy price rises to seek help. Colin Matheson of ADS said, "We are in for an incredibly challenging period ahead, particularly with this coming at the beginning of the winter months and, with a further increase to the price cap expected in January, it is important that people know help is available. Our energyadvice.scot service provides free practical advice on the support and assistance available, such as grants. We would advise anyone struggling with energy costs to reach out to their supplier who may have a hardship fund that could help." Advice Direct Scotland also has a free online checker tool which is tailored for Scotland and allows people to check they are claiming any benefits they're entitled to. It's not just households that will be impacted. Businesses, which are not covered by the price cap, face spiralling energy price rises too, and there are warnings many could go bust without urgent government support. Scottish Bakers, a membership organisation which supports the bakery trade, has reported an existential threat to its members' survival due to the soaring input costs and widespread recruitment challenges. Chief Executive Officer Alistair Smith said, "I've spoken with several members in the last week facing an imminent quadrupling of their energy costs. Urgent action is essential if we are to maintain the current capacity of Scotland's baking industry." The Scottish Licensed Trade Association, SLTA, is also calling for urgent help from the government, saying many in the hospitality industry are on the brink. Colin Wilkinson, LSTA Managing Director, said, "What is happening domestically affects businesses, as people will reduce their outgoings to pay soaring energy bills, and hospitality is very much in the firing line. We're already hearing of pubs and restaurants considering closing over the winter because they are unable to absorb recent sharp increases in the energy bills. Already, there are reports of energy price increasing by 300% and, in one case, just under 500%, and energy providers requiring bonds from hospitality owners looking for an alternative supplier. Businesses need help and they need it now. Chancellor of the Exchequer, Nazim Zahawi, acknowledged the energy price cap announcement would cause distress and anxiety for many people, but said help was coming with £400 off energy bills for all, the second instalment of a £650 payment for vulnerable households, and £300 for all pensioners. He added, "While Putin is driving up energy prices in revenge for our support of Ukraine's brave struggle for freedom, I am working flat out to develop options for further support. This will mean the incoming Prime Minister can hit the ground running and deliver support to those who need it most as soon as possible."
Support package. The UK government stressed the setting of the energy price cap was a matter for the independent regulator Ofgem, and that no government could control global gas prices as they are set on an international market. It said that the price cap protected 24 million households from being overcharged by their supplier. The spokesperson added, as part of our £37 billion package of help for households, 1 in 4 of all UK households will see £1,200 extra support provided in instalments across the year, and everyone will receive a £400 discount on their energy bills over winter. The civil service is also making the appropriate preparations in order to ensure that any additional support or commitments on cost of living can be delivered as quickly as possible when the new Prime Minister is in place.
Amy champions vital research. East Dunbartonshire MP Amy Callaghan has signed up to be a dementia research champion ahead of World Alzheimer Month in September. Around 90,000 people in Scotland live with dementia, with 20,000 diagnosed every year. There's no cure, with medication only temporarily improving symptoms. That is why further research is key to developing new treatments and potential cures, and to improving care for people with dementia. But while 69% of adults say they would consider taking part in dementia research, 81% say they would not know how to get involved. Amy is now hoping to raise awareness about dementia research by joining forces with Alzheimer Research UK. Speaking after a visit to Alzheimer Scotland's Resource Centre in Bearsden, the local MP said it was crucial that taking part in research is made as easy as possible. Amy said, "It's great to see the support that is offered to people following a diagnosis in places like Alzheimer Scotland Resource Centre. It's open to everyone who is diagnosed with dementia and it's personalised support. But whilst post-diagnosis support is important, I think we all want to see medical breakthroughs in the treatment of dementia. It's a cruel disease that affects 1 in 6 people over 80, and it's devastating for people to watch the impact on their loved ones. That's why I've signed up to be a dementia research champion, and I pledge to do everything I can to help break down the barriers to research."
Survey seeks views on early years services. All East Dunbartonshire families with young children are being asked to take part in an important survey around early year services and out of school care. The consultation launched last week, with letters being sent to all eligible households. Families are being asked by East Dunbartonshire Council to complete an online survey by Wednesday, September the 7th, where they can share their experiences of using this type of provision. Councillor Linda Williamson, convener of the Council's Education Committee, encouraged local people to take the time to complete the survey. She said, "The purpose of the consultation is to help the Council gather the views of parents and carers who have direct experience of using early learning and childcare and out-of-school care services." Since August 2021, East Dunbartonshire has implemented the full entitlement of 1,140 hours of funded early learning and childcare for all 3 and 4-year-olds and eligible 2-year-old children. These hours can be accessed in a variety of childcare settings: in a council nursery with funded provider, in a private voluntary or independent sector nursery, or with a funded registered childminder. Councillor Williamson continued, "We are working extremely hard with our partners in the private, voluntary and independent sectors to give the families of East Dunbartonshire as much choice as possible to easily access quality, affordable, flexible early year services. This is an opportunity for us to find out about people's experiences of what is working well and where there are challenges. It is people's chance to help shape these very important services for our babies and children. Out of school care is offered in a number of settings across the area and can be a vital help to many families, so anyone who has experience of this is also asked to share their thoughts. The survey on the early year services and out of school care is available on East Dunbartonshire Council's website at www.eastdunbarton.gov.uk/early-years-and-care-provision-consultation.
Civic team steps up to support cancer charity. East Dunbartonshire Provost Gillian Renwick and Deputy Provost Colette McDermott have signed up for this year's Glasgow's Shine Night Walk to raise vital funds for Cancer Research UK. Along with Councillor Pamela Marshall and thousands of other participants, the Provost and Deputy Provost will be pounding the city streets on Saturday, September the 10th, and are looking for support from local people. Provost Renwick said, "All of us know or love someone who has been affected by cancer, and we are keen to support cancer research as they strive to beat this disease. We'll be completing a 10k sponsored walk around the city in the dark, from Glasgow Science Centre to the Royal Concert Hall, and we have started training for it in preparation." The Cancer Research website has lots of top tips on how to get ready for the event, so if you're thinking about taking part, there is plenty of advice and support. Last year, Shine Night Walk Glasgow raised a staggering £154,213 for Cancer Research UK, helping to fund the charity's life-saving work. Over the last 40 years, Cancer Research UK has helped double breast cancer survival, and research happening in Glasgow right now includes personalising medicines for people with bowel cancer, looking for molecular clues to detect pancreatic cancer earlier, and helping more people survive bladder cancer. Provost Renwick added, "Cancer Research UK has helped save many lives, and we want to support them to save many, many more. We know that people are finding things difficult financially at the moment, so if you'd like to sponsor us to raise money for this very worthwhile cause, we'll be extremely grateful. Every penny counts, and if you fancy signing up for the Shine Night Walk yourself and walking with our civic office team, please join us. You can sponsor the team at fundraise.cancerresearchuk.org/team/Dunbartonshire-civic-office. To walk with the East Dunbartonshire Civic Office team, simply sign up for the walk and email provost@eastdunbarton.gov.uk, and details will be shared of where to meet up on the night. Find out more at www.cancerresearchuk.org/get-involved/find-an/event/shine-night-walk.
From the opinion section, let's talk this week's Kirkintilloch and Bishopbriggs Herald letters page. Please send your letters via email to kirkyherald@gnscotland.co.uk. Talking PANTS helps children to learn. Sir, we would like to wish the Macathon charity a very happy birthday. The Macathon language programme uses symbols, signs and speech to help people with communication and learning difficulties to communicate, and last Sunday, August 28th, marked 50 years since the language programme first began. It has been an honour to work with the Macathon charity this year to create Macathon resources for NSPCC Talk PANTS. At the NSPCC, we have been supporting parents to talk PANTS and help keep children safe from sexual abuse for nearly 10 years. The new resources using Macathon were launched here in Scotland earlier this summer, particularly within our Inter-Islands PANTS campaign, and will help keep more young people safe, by supporting children with a range of special educational needs to understand and talk about the PANTS rules. With the help of Pantosaurus, the NSPCC's friendly dinosaur, Talk Pants with Makaton helps children with special educational needs to understand that their body belongs to them and they can tell somebody they trust if anything makes them feel upset or worried. The resources behind include a series of 6 short films fronted by staff and pupils. Children with disabilities are over 3 times more likely to suffer abuse than their non-disabled peers, and helping children with a range of needs to access our preventative message is really important to us. We're really grateful for all the support from the Makaton charity to create these resources to keep children safe. For more information, and to download the Talk Pants with Makaton resources, visit nspcc.org.uk/pantsguides. We would like to wish all of our friends at the Makaton charity and all families who use Makaton a very happy Makaton International Awareness Day. Mubashar Khalik, NSPCC Local Campaigns Manager. Bridge can't cope with the traffic. Sir, why is it that when you drive across the Queensferry Crossing Bridge in even quite moderate traffic, you're often reduced to second or even first gear, and this in a route which is designated as a motorway? The answer can only be that the bridge was built with too few lanes, and that must be down to the Scottish Government's invitation to tender, which should have specified the desired capacity of the bridge. The Queensferry Crossing is only 5 years old, and has another 115 years of its designed lifespan to go, and yet already it has insufficient capacity for efficient flow of even moderate levels of traffic. At a cost of about £1.35 billion, that is quite a mistake. It was the SNP government in 2009 which invited tenders, and they are still in office today. It is high time they are held accountable for this egregious incompetence. Yours, etc., Otto Inglis, by email. Poor governing by SNP. Sir, is there perchance any aspect of the government of Scotland in which the current SNP administration can be deemed to have been successful? We, the electorate, are constantly reminded through most branches of the media of the Scottish Government's failures in most areas of its responsibilities. For instance, in terms of our children's education, standards have slipped to an unacceptable level in recent years. The continuing problems within the NHS in Scotland, including dental services, the ever-worsening public transport facilities available to the public in Scotland in both the rail network and in ferry services in the Firth of Clyde, and to the Western Isles. The formation of Police Scotland by the current administration has proved to be anything but a success. The public was served much better by the regional police forces. Welfare standards have slipped considerably. Scotland's economy is not self-supporting and probably never will be. The SNP administration seldom acknowledges the transfer into Holyrood's coffers under the auspices of the Barnett formula from the Westminster Exchequer. In terms of foreign affairs, the SNP has needlessly spent an inordinate amount of public money on setting up pseudo-Scottish embassies in several countries, even though foreign affairs is not part of Holyrood remit. Just another example of the inadequacies of this minority administration. One could keep adding to the list of the failings and inadequacies of the SNP administration, almost ad nauseum. But hopefully the truth will out, and they will be ousted from office in the near future. Scotland deserves better. Yours, etc., Robert E.I.G. Scott, by email. The Kirkintilloch and Bishopbriggs Herald Reader's Charter. This newspaper is built on a tradition of accuracy and fairness, giving you the information you need to understand our world, holding power to account and exposing injustice. Our trusted brands mean we're the only place where you can read and participate in the honest debates. We are committed to giving a voice to those who struggle to be heard, as well as those whose profession is crafting an argument. Our Reader's Charter spells out our commitment to you. You can read the Charter online at kirkyherald@gnscotland.co.uk. Make a difference with just one tree. Schools and colleges in Scotland are joining their contemporaries across the UK and around the globe to participate in Just One Tree Day, aimed at tackling climate change. This International Non-Uniform Day, which takes place on Friday, September the 30th in Scotland, encourages children to bring £1 to school to pay for the planting of a tree and help reforest the planet. Over 200,000 children from 11 countries have joined together since Just One Tree Day at first launched in 2019. In Scotland, a number of secondary, primary and nursery schools have signed up. And there is still time for more schools to sign up. Just One Tree founder Amanda Brockhurst said, "Just One Tree Day was born out of my passion to make a difference, not only for my young daughter, but for the future of all children. Just One Tree Day has resulted in over 200,000 trees planted, and I know that this year the children's forest can grow even bigger." School participation is important because not only do they raise funds, the forest planted on their behalf helps compensate for the school's environmental impact. Many children today struggle with climate anxiety, caused by the reality of our climate crisis. But Just One Tree Day tells them that we can all make a difference with a simple action. By taking direct action, it spreads hope and positivity. It's important to involve our young, helping them tackle their worries of today, while setting them up for a sustainable lifestyle that adds to their future. The day is the flagship event of the Just One Tree, a not-for-profit organisation dedicated to removing CO2 from the atmosphere through global reforestation. The event is open to primary and secondary schools. Those taking part can access lesson resources that fit in with the national curriculum. The money raised is used to plant the right trees in the right place, supporting reforestation projects in Brazil, Haiti, Indonesia, Kenya, Madagascar, Mozambique, Nepal and Zambia, including mangrove forest and kelp regeneration. See www.justonetree.life for more information.
Advice on fighting cybercrime. A new guide to cybercrime training for employees is available on the Cyber Scotland website, free to download by any Scottish organisation and its staff. The online resource is a comprehensive explanation of the most common cyber attacks and how to avoid falling victim to them. It also provides instructions on developing secure passwords and protecting accounts. Ethical hackers at the Scottish Business Resilience Centre developed the guide for the Cyber Scotland Partnership. Jude McCorry, chair of the Cyber Scotland Partnership, said, "Our new guide is a must-have for any organisation serious about their cyber security. It's an ideal add-on to staff induction packs, not only to help businesses comply with the ICO's requirements, but also make people more aware of what cyber threats exist and how to spot them." The latest Police Scotland figures show the number of victims hit by cybercrime in Scotland has reached a record high, doubling in 2021-22 from 2019 to 2020. Jude added, "Cybercrime is arguably one of the most pressing issues for businesses today, with the latest numbers showing incidents in Scotland are reaching record levels. However, all the security in the world isn't enough if your employees aren't confident about how to keep an information secure. This guide has been created with the cyber amateur in mind. It's only easy, digestible, and uses only non-technical language." The guide is available on the Cyber Scotland Partnership's website at www.cyberscotland.com. Age Scotland CEO is standing down. Age Scotland's Chief Executive Brian Sloan has announced he will step away from his role after 10 years of dedicated and successful leadership supporting the interests of older people in Scotland. Brian's leadership of Scotland's Charity for Older People is marked by a significant improvement in the organisation's impact and financial position, which has helped deliver services, support and advice on a scale that's never been greater. Throughout COVID-19 in particular, Brian and the Age Scotland team supported tens of thousands of older people, their families and carers affected or isolated by the pandemic, and increased the capacity of the charity's national helpline and advice service to deal with unparalleled levels of demand. The charity's board has asked Brian to remain in post for a further 6 months in order to maintain the organisation's leadership while a successor is found. Stuart Purdy, chair of Age Scotland, said, "On behalf of all our team at Age Scotland, I thank Brian for his leadership, his commitment and the impact and results he and his team have delivered in support of older people. Brian's leadership over the last 10 years sets him apart, and he will be much missed by the whole team and by our many supporters and partners. Brian commented, "Age Scotland is in the best place it's ever been, representing and supporting the older people of Scotland in its broadest sense while being financially secure. The future has never looked brighter for the organisation, and every single colleague, both past and present, should be immensely proud of the part they have played during my 10-year journey."
Retail sector hit by spike in costs. Measures to protect living standards, assist retailers to keep down shop prices, and help retail destinations rebound should be at the heart of the upcoming Scottish budget, according to a leading industry group. In its budget submission, entitled Weathering the Storm, Tackling the Cost Crisis, the Scottish Retail Consortium, SRC, says retailers are working hard to keep down the cost of living for customers while battling rising outlays in the face of weak demand. Retail is Scotland's largest private sector employer, providing 233,000 jobs. However, recent data shows retail sales have flatlined in real terms, shopper footfall is faltering, and is still below pre-pandemic levels, while store vacancies remain elevated. David Lonsdale, director of the Scottish Retail Consortium, said, "Once again, retail is in the eye of the storm, having just come through 2 incredibly difficult years of the pandemic. Shops are facing significant cost spikes, while customers' disposable incomes are being eroded by inflation, most notably due to the spike in energy prices." The SRC submission suggests government should protect less affluent workers by ruling out increases in Scottish income tax rates, consider introducing a Scotland-wide shopper stimulus along the lines of Glasgow's voucher initiative, rule out any increase in the business rate next spring, which is already at a 23-year high, speed up restoration of the level playing field with England on the higher property business rate, shelve workplace parking levies for the next 18 months, curb the volume of devolved regulation being implemented or considered. Mr Lonsdale added, "To help Scottish shoppers and storekeepers weather this storm, we are suggesting concerted action to pep up consumer confidence and to cut the cost of doing business. It's imperative that upcoming budget is used to bolster shops and shoppers ahead of the economic tempest. In particular, the focus should be on protecting less affluent workers from income tax rises and shielding retailers from a further hike in the business rate."
Awards for the best in the pet industry. After a hugely successful first year in Northern Ireland, the local pet awards will be arriving in Scotland in 2023. These awards shine a light on people and businesses right across the pet industry: dog groomers who calm your pooch before they're cut, catteries which are a home from home for our feline friends, and dog walkers who your fur babies can't wait to see. The local pet awards are based on public recommendations. Nominations can be made through the website at www.thelocalpetawards.com. Perhaps your vet has gone over and above for your precious pet, or your local independent pet shop gives the best advice and provides a top-class service. Once all finalists are confirmed, they will be listed on the Local Pet Awards website, and the public will be encouraged to cast a vote to choose the winners. The awards night will be in Glasgow in April 2023.
District News, Churches. Kirkintilloch, Home Church, Scotland. For God so loved the world so much that he gave his only Son, so that everyone who believes in him may not die but have eternal life. For God did not send his Son into the world to be its judge, but to be its Saviour. John chapter 3 verses 16 to 17. One Church, Home Church, 5 locations: Kirkintilloch, Glasgow, North Coast, Northern Ireland, Stornoway, and online. A church for all ages. 9:30am communion, 10am prayer time, 10:30am fellowship, tea and coffee available, 11am worship service in children's church followed by tea and coffee. The Sunday evening service is in Renfield Centre, Bass Street, Glasgow at 7pm. Minibus leaves home church at 6:30 p.m. Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. is fellowship night. August 31st, meet one of the speakers for the conference, Stronger Conference, September 2nd to September the 4th. Stronger Faith, Stronger Life, Stronger Church. Still spaces available. See Facebook and Instagram for up-to-date information for August and September. Kirkintilloch Church of God. On Sunday at Regent Hall, Regent Street, there is a friendship tea meeting at 4 p.m. The speaker will be Dr. Carol Smith. Everyone is invited. Come to Coffee Corner on Wednesday from noon till 2 p.m. for home baking and coffee. Join our friends and neighbours for a chat over a coffee. For up-to-date and further information on our services, visit our website on www.regenthall.org. Jesus said, "I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty." John chapter 6 verse 35. St David's Memorial Park Church. At St David's Memorial Park Church, our morning service on September the 4th will be at our usual time of 10:30 a.m. and will be held by our Church of Scotland reader John Nicholson. During our morning worship, school-aged children will have the opportunity to go through to the hall for their own time of fun and learning with JAM, JAM. All are welcome to attend our service. Face masks are not mandatory and some COVID measures still remain. We look forward to welcoming you to the church. Our Tuesday services resumed on September the 6th. These will be held each Tuesday from noon in our small hall. All are welcome to attend this afternoon service. Lenzie Old Parish Church. Sunday morning service is at 11 a.m, led by Reverend Louise McClements. Thursday Club meets on Thursday, September the 8th at 2 p.m. in the church hall. Enjoy tea or coffee and home baking, followed by a game of Scrabble, Dominoes, Rummikub or Uno. All welcome. Colston Wellpark Church. A warm welcome to our morning service this Sunday, commencing at 11 a.m. and read by Reverend Leslie Grieve. Tea and coffee will be served in the hall after the service. The Colston Art Club is on Monday 10 to 1 p.m. Arts and crafts for any enthusiastic amateur. For further information, call 07709 584 680. The 200th Boys Brigade Anchor and Junior sections commence on Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Company and Senior sections commence on Friday at 7 p.m. in the church hall. The food bank remains open every Monday and Friday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. All donations of food will be gratefully appreciated. Follow our services on Facebook at Colston Wellpark Parish Church, and if you require further information on any of our church activities, etc., contact Leslie Grieve on 07813 255 052. Springfield Cambridge Church. Morning worship on Sunday, September the 4th, will be led by Reverend Ian Taylor, Reverend Edson De Castro, and Mrs. Julie Harty at 11 a.m. in the sanctuary. The Sunday school has resumed in room 2. There is also a creche facility where we will be happy to look after your child, birth to 3 years, in room 2. Morning worship has also been live streamed to the Springfield Cambridge Church YouTube channel. A link to this can be found on the Springfield Cambridge Church website, www.springfieldcambridge.org.uk, and Facebook page, where up-to-date information about events and church organisations can also be found. Tea and coffee is available after the service in the Cameron Hall. Come along and enjoy the fellowship. There will be a vestry hour on Wednesday, August the 31st, from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. for anyone who wishes to speak with the minister. There will be a short weekly service of worship in the Springfield Chapel on Wednesday, August the 31st from 11:10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m, with refreshments afterwards in the Hall of Fellowship. All sections of the 65th Company of the Girls Brigade meet on Tuesday evenings. The Explorers, P1 to P3, 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. The Juniors, P4 to P7, 6:30 to 8 p.m. And the Brigaders, S1 to S6, 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. The junior section of the Boys Brigade, P4 to P7, will start up on Thursday, September the 1st, from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. The company section of the Boys Brigade, S1 to S6 will start up on Thursday, September the 1st from 7pm to 9pm. The Anchor Boys section of the Boys Brigade, P1 to P3, will start up on Friday, September the 2nd from 7pm to 8pm. For further information, please email anchorboys268@aol.com. All of the organisations will be pleased to greet new and returning members. Kenmure Parish Church. Jim Wright and Fiona Young will lead our Sunday morning service, starting at 11am, to which we extend a warm welcome to our regulars and visitors. The service will be followed by a time of fellowship, teas and coffees in the hall. The wearing of Mass we leave to personal choice throughout the sanctuary. The service will be live streamed on YouTube and can be found by searching for Kenmure Bishopbriggs. Our GB company will restart its new session this Tuesday with Explorers, P1 to P3, from 6:30pm to 7:30pm. Juniors, P4 to P7, from 6:30 to 8:30pm. And Seniors, S1 to S6, from 7pm to 9pm. Details of all of our groups that are currently running may be found on website kenmure-church.co.uk. To find us on Facebook, just search for Kenmure Parish Church. That's Kenmure spelled Kenmure. If you would like to join our WhatsApp group or receive Bible studies from ABC, then email us at kenmurechurch@icloud.com. St James Church, Hilton Road, Bishopbriggs. Rector the Reverend Paul Watson, 0141 230 4080. The church is now open for socially distanced services, face masks of personal choice, this Thursday at 11am and on Sunday at 9am and at 10:30am. Everyone is welcome to come along to any of these services. Do stay on for tea or coffee and fellowship afterwards. On Sunday, September the 4th from 3pm to 4pm, there is a session of Crafty Kids in the church hall. All families are very welcome to come along and enjoy activities together. The meditation labyrinth is still available in the car park for a mindful walk around. There are also other virtual services and groups. For up-to-date and further information, refer to our social media. Facebook, St James the Less Bishopbriggs. Website, www.stjamesbishopbriggs.org.uk. Milton of Campsie Church. We're back in the building, no need to book. If you sit in the centre aisle, there is also no need to wear a mask. If you sit on the side aisles, please wear one. Time to Pray has resumed its meetings on a Wednesday at 7:15pm. Come and go as you please. Next Sunday we'll join our friends in Campsie Church at 11am. Send us a picture of yourself with a word made from Lennoxtown. We are delighted to have a Ukrainian family worshipping regularly with us. See the URA donation box in the church. We're also exploring other ways of helping. If you'd like to be involved, contact Phyllis on 07582 713 463. We stand with them as they fight for peace and justice. Our family Kaylee on Saturday, September the 17th, is for all the family from 6:30pm to 8:30pm. There'll be music, a bouncy castle, juice, no alcohol, and cake, plus an opportunity to donate to URAID. Lensley Union Parish Church. Sunday worship is on September the 4th at 11am, led by Reverend Donald MacLeod. There is tea and coffee in the new hall after the service. Young people are also welcome to the Lighthouse and Bible class. A live stream of the service is available on YouTube via our website. Girls Brigade begins again on Tuesday, September the 6th at 7pm to 8:50pm in the church hall and has a programme of activities for all school-age girls. The meeting place coffee shop reopens on Wednesday, September the 8th from 10am to 11:30am in the new hall. Meet your friends and enjoy a chat over a cup of tea or coffee. Everyone, from the very young to the young at heart, is welcome to join. We also have a good selection of greetings cards and second-hand books for sale. Youth Cafe is on Thursdays 3:45 to 5pm in the church grounds, a place where young people can hang out and have a good time after a long day at school. Contact Kim Halliday, youth worker at lupc.org. The coffee pot reopens on Friday, September the 10th from 10am to 11:30am in the new hall for teas, coffee and chat. Messy Church on Saturday 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Come along and join in the fun and games in the new hall, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Contact Drina to book your place on o'malley.dom@yahoo.co.uk or on 0777 419 2659. St Mary's Parish Church. The Sunday service will take place on Sunday, September the 4th at 11 a.m. and will be taken by the Reverend Dr. Ruth Morrison. The new church session is now beginning, and the young church returns on Sunday, September the 4th. The young church meet in the church and then go over to the halls for age-related activities. Also, the monthly opening of the church on the first Wednesday of every month is beginning again for the first time in nearly 3 years. The church will be open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Wednesday, September the 7th, and on every first Wednesday until the end of the year. The church will also be taking part in the Open Doors event and will be open on Saturday, September the 10th. Wednesday welcome will also resume from Wednesday, September the 14th, when tea, coffee and something sweet will be served. This meeting provides a time to chat with friends and even make new friends. We look forward to meeting everyone again and are ready to greet and welcome new people. The meeting will end with a short service taken by the Reverend Dr. Ruth Morrison. Open Day at Cador Church. The present church was built in 1825 and the tower in 1829. The church sits on the bank of the Forth and Clyde Canal, off Cador Road in Bishopbriggs. The church has 10 beautiful stained glass windows. An etched window was installed a few years ago to commemorate the link to Thomas Muir of Hunters Hill. Thomas was a political activist and lawyer who was an elder in the church during the 18th century. Feel free to come along on Doors Open Day at Cador Parish Church on Saturday, September the 10th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Learn some more of this treasure's historical journey. Everyone will be made very welcome. Making musical memories. Musical Memories Springburn has restarted its happy music and singing sessions for people affected by dementia and their carers. The group meet on Monday at 2 p.m. at Springburn Church, opposite Springburn Rail Station, and are led by a musician and some singing leaders. Due to COVID, we have been closed, but now welcome folks with dementia and carers back for some fun. This is an award-winning project, Times Community Champions, which provides live music and snacks with refreshments and is led by a friendly volunteer team. This is a time for carers to do something with their loved one, and not only for them. We have our own specially printed songbooks, and we sing some Scottish songs and popular standards of yesteryear. Musical Memories Springburn is well funded and is free to those who join with us. Due to COVID safety measures, we are running with slightly lower numbers than before for everyone's safety, but we still have room for a small number of extra folks. We sometimes have some gentle movement if you're able and willing. It's absolutely optional. McNamara's band is our favourite. Our project has been praised in the Scottish Parliament. If you are interested in this fun Monday, please just pop in to try it out or call Brian on 0141 563 5511. Kirkintilloch Players. We are pleased to be able to stage Being Norwegian, a dark comedy one-act play written by David Gregg. This interesting and thought-provoking piece of theatre will be staged in the Turret Theatre, 9 Eastside Kirkintilloch, G66 1PY, on Friday, September the 16th and Saturday, September the 17th at 7:30 p.m. Tea and coffee will be served after the play, and you will have an opportunity to discuss the production with the cast and other audience members. Tickets available from www.kirkintillochplayers.co.uk. Kirkintilloch Players is an amateur drama company and a Scottish charity, SCO 02574, regulated by the Scottish Charity Regulator, OSCR. Lenzie After School Club. The football section of Lenzie After School Club for P6 and P7. Pupils restarted at Lenzie Meadow Astro on Tuesday, August 29 from 4:30 p.m. to 6 p.m, concentrating in small-sided fun football games, allowing the pupils to mix socially prior to going to their senior schools. For any further information, please text 0749 0185 143. Entertainment. Overused movie stereotypes. More diversity needed. Many adults feel misrepresented in movies due to overused stereotypes and a lack of diversity. A study of adults under the age of 35 found 43% struggle to relate to the characters they see on the big screen, and 57% think stereotypes are overused in films, with 30% going as far as to say they have been offended by a movie cliché. Comedies, romance and crime are considered the worst genres for overusing stereotypes. More than half, 56%, even believe the film industry needs to stop alluding to things such as race, sexuality or region when it's irrelevant to the movie's storyline. The research was commissioned by confectionery brand M&M's as part of its global fund initiative designed to champion diversity and inclusion and a sense of belonging. Femi Collad, head of studies at London Film School, which is part of the initiative, said, "The mainstream film industry has been dominated for too long by a narrative that excludes so many people's lived experiences and reduces all of our specific and vibrant diversity to a few standardised, often negative and always limited representations of who we are today, who we were yesterday, and who we'll become in the future. This must change, and this timely research and this important campaign shows yet again how desperate mainstream audiences are to see that change. Over-sexualised women are the most common stereotype young adults feel they see too much in movies. This was followed by females being depicted as weak or too sensitive. Others are really tired of seeing black or Latino people portrayed as gang members, black communities being broken or disruptive, and flamboyant members of the LGBTQ+ community. Instead, young adults would like to see many more depictions of neurodivergent people living normal lives rather than portrayed as having special powers, more people of colour playing people in management positions, and disabled characters portrayed as being strong and or successful.
Family announcements. Deaths. Alex Andrea, Smart. Peacefully at Glasgow Royal Infirmary on August 19th, 2022. Aged 83 years old, a much-loved wife to late Stanley, devoted mum to Andrew, Stanley, Peter, Kevin and the late John, beloved gran and great-gran. Alexa will be sadly missed by family and friends. The funeral service will be held on Friday, September 2nd at St Ninian's RC Church at 10 a.m, to which all are respectfully invited. In Memoriam. Robert Keane. In loving memory of Robert George Keane, who died September 3rd, 1998. Always remembered. Robert, Nan and Scott. Public notices. Planning notices. East Dunbartonshire Council public notices. Planning applications. Format. Application number, address/location, proposal, type of advert, period of reps. TP/ED/22/0331. Woodhall House, 1C, Bimaldy Road, Bishopbriggs, East Dunbartonshire, G64 3BS. Retrospective application for the erection of a boundary fencing. Section 65, affecting CA 21 days. The application plans and other documents can be viewed online through the Council's website. The current restriction on non-essential office work associated with the coronavirus pandemic means that plans cannot be viewed in the Council offices as normal. Written comments may be made within the above period to the Council through the Council's website or to the above address. Any representations will be treated as public documents and made available for inspection by interested parties and may also be published on the Council's website. Club Turning 50, an article written by Brian Yule and read by myself, Corey. Thistle Divers Sub-Aqua Club has been diving into the beautiful green waters of Scotland's coastline for half a century this year. The club was originally formed in 1972 as Kirkintilloch Sub-Aqua Club, and this year will be celebrating its golden anniversary. Originally it was based at the old pool in Kirkintilloch, but migrated across the Kilsyth in the 1990s when it was demolished. However, it serves a wider catchment area, with members also coming to the club from Bishopbriggs, Cumbernauld, Falkirk and Glasgow. Although scuba diving is regarded as a competitive sport in some countries, British clubs such as the Thistle operate on the basis that it is a recreational sport, or more of a hobby. The club currently has around 25 members, who meet on a Monday night at Kilsyth swimming pool from 6:45 till 8:15 p.m. for training, and then retire to the Coachman Hotel for refreshments and a blether. They also regularly head out on boats to explore Scotland's open waters, with recent excursions including the Isle of May, Little Cumbria and Loch Long. Organising Subcommittee Chairperson Anne Peck is the current longest-serving member. She said, quote, "You are entering a different world when you go scuba diving, one that is completely alien to most people. Scotland might not have the tropical waters of the Jacques Cousteau movies that inspired me to give it a go in the first place, but the fauna and flora we have down there is incredible. Would love to welcome anyone who wishes to find out for themselves." To mark their 50th year, the club will be holding a dinner and party at the Coachman Hotel on Friday, October 28th. This will be a fun night with lovely food, speakers from the Loch Lane Native Oyster Restoration Project that the club is set to be involved in, games and lots of chat about the underwater world. The club is looking to get in touch with anyone who's been involved in the club over the past 5 decades to help them celebrate. Tickets costing £40 are available from Andrew Gibson by emailing andrewgibson131@live.co.uk. That's AndrewGibson131@live.co.uk, or from Anne by calling 0780 321 3266. That's 0780 321 3266. That article was written by Brian Newell and read by me, Corey. Tigers fixture at Plymouth goes up in smoke. The hopes of a fiery collision when Glasgow Tigers made the trip to Plymouth last week to round off their regular league programme went up in literal smoke when the Gladiators track was deemed unraceable. Home officials even resorted to laying hay down on the circuit and setting it on fire in an attempt to get rid of the damp patch, but all to no avail. The incident even resulted in a visit from the fire service to the Plymouth Coliseum. It means the Tigers will have to make the long journey south on another date to round off their final SGB Championship fixture before the playoffs. Glasgow headed to Devon, no longer needing points to get into second place, and the playoff semi-finals following the win at Redcar in the previous outing, but were looking to round off their matches with a win. Club director Peter Facina said, "While we were looking forward to a fiery encounter at the Coliseum, sadly any hopes of the meeting sparking into life and getting the tapes fired up were extinguished, as the meeting was called off due to unrideable track conditions, which was despite the best efforts of the brigade of track staff. We will bring news of the restaging date when known, and look forward to igniting our rivalry with the Gladiators in due course." One Tiger was in action as Tom Brennan competed in the Champions League Riders' Championship at Pole, but only picked up one qualifying point. All 4 sides safely through first round. An article written by Brian Yule. Rossvale are through to the second round of the Scottish Junior Cup after winning a penalty shootout at home to Muirkirk on Friday night. The hosts had a goal, a first half goal, disallowed for offside, and the match ended at 0-0, which means matters would have to be decided from the spot. Rossvale goalkeeper Stuart Goodfellow pulled off a fantastic to give his side the edge, and Patrick O'Donnell claiming the winning strike to send them through. A great achievement for a team that 10 weeks ago had no players, and their reward is a home tie against the current holders Auchinleck Talbot in the next round. Rossvale are back in action at the WOSFL First Division on Saturday as they travel to Johnston Borough. Petershill are also through to the next round, with a comprehensive 4-0 at home to Nairn St Nairn. The first goal arrived after just 6 minutes. A ball over the top sent Jordan Chevley clear down the right, and he squared it for Ross McPherson to score from 8 yards. 6 minutes later, Petershill added a second as a bad pass in defence allowed Shelvey to play in David Aubrey, who took a touch before finishing with a low shot. It would be 3-0 by the break, as 2 minutes into stoppage time, Jack McKenna beat 2 men in the box to fire a shot into the roof of the net. It looked like there would be an increase to score in the second half, but in the 92-second minute, substitute Eddie Ferns found space down the right, and his cross from Bundle home by McPherson for his second and Petershill's fourth. Petershill have been drawn at home to Irvine Meadow in the next round. On Saturday, it will be back to Premier League action as they host Auchinleck Talbot. Continuing in the Cup, and Ashfield were away to Buckhaven Hearts, heading into the next round with a 3-0 victory. Ashfield led 1-0 at the interval in Petershead through a Craig Young header. Sean Docherty added the second in the 71st minute with another header, and Bobby Barr grabbed the third right at the end. Ashfield will be on their travels again in the next round, having been drawn away to Cumnock. This Saturday they are back at home to face Kilsyth Rangers in the second division. Glasgow Perthshire ensure that all 4 sides made it to the next round, with a 6-1 victory at home to Cruden Bay. The hosts took just 4 minutes to open the scoring as Craig Monroe scored from the spot. Cruden Bay equalised 3 minutes later, but then Perthshire took control as Monroe put them back in front on 9 minutes, and further goals from Craig Smith, Jamie Neeson, Linus Rawadze and Josh Kelly completed the job. Perthshire will now welcome Kilbirnie Ladeside in the next round, and on Saturday will aim to get off the foot of the second division with a visit from Muirkirk. That article written by Brian Yule. Glasgow City maintain 100% start. Glasgow City beat Dundee United and Aberdeen to maintain their 100% start to the SWPL first season. City won 7-0 as they welcomed United to Petershill Park last Wednesday. Emily Whelan scored her first 2 City goals. Priscilla Chinchilla and Lauren Davidson also got braces, and Niam Noble headed to her first goal for the club. United had keeper Fiona McNichol sent off, but her deputy, Ellie Mitchell, denied Davidson a hat-trick from the spot. On Sunday, City travelled to Aberdeen and were ahead after 12 minutes courtesy of Bailey Hutchison's own goal. Francesca Ogilvie equalised for the Dons on 62 minutes, but 7 minutes later, Whelan was once again on target to grab the winner. City have no matches this weekend. In the WOSFL 1st Division, Rossvale Academy lost 2-1 away to Eglinton. Dawson gave the visitors the lead at half-time, but the home side came back in the second half to secure the points. Academy now host league leaders Thrieve Rovers on Saturday. Kirkintilloch Rob Roy have been thrown out of the South Challenge Cup after fielding an ineligible player in the victory over Luncarty. Rob Roy had no match at the weekend, so played a friendly against Gulscythe Athletic last midweek, which they won 3-0. Rob Roy have been drawn at home to Dundee North End in the next round of the Scottish Junior Cup, and will be back in Premier League action this Saturday at home to Glen Afton. Scrabble Club seeks new blood. Kirkintilloch Scrabble Club have been awarded National Lottery funding and is seeking new members. The club was founded in 2015 by Catherine Rundell, who'd moved to the area and realised there was very few activities for those unable to take part in physical pursuits. Cathy recently resigned as president with Linda Harper voted in, while Stuart Davis is treasurer and Margaret Gibb is secretary. The club meets on Wednesdays at 1:30 p.m. in Kirkintilloch Miners Club, with both competitive league games and those just for fun. The lottery funding will contribute towards the premises, new equipment and refreshments. All are welcome to join. For more details, call 0750 6434 265. That number again is 0750 6434 265. Action is taken at Merkland. East Dunbartonshire Leisure and Culture Trust is taking action after complaints about antisocial behaviour and littering at the Merkland Recreational Centre in Kirkintilloch. General Manager Mark Grant said, "We've been experiencing an increase in antisocial behaviour over the summer that resulted in some damage and littering. We have alerted Community Safety Partnership colleagues, so additional attention is paid to the site. Cleaning has been stepped up, but we remind customers there are litter bins and encourage everyone to use them. All pitches are locked when not in use, however, those determined to gain access will do so, causing damage either by forcing entry or vandalising/littering once in."
Thank you for listening to this week's Kirkintilloch Herald podcast, brought to you by Q Review Print Speaking to the Blind. If you've any feedback, you're welcome to call us on 0141 772 3976. If you enjoyed this recording, feel free to subscribe to our channel.